Hey, what is up guys? Seth here bringing you a deck profile for the Shinra archetype. You guys have been asking for the Shinra Sylvan deck profile, and here it is. Now, keep an open mind and we'll get into it. So we have one Blue Rose Dragon, one Cherub, one Dandy, one Lonefire, one of these new ones, Mysterious Seed Mitra, Rose Archer at 1. We have 3 Flower Knights, 2 Leaflows, 3 Peacekeepers, 2 Regias, 1 Stool, 2 Orcs, and 1 Spore, the 1 Talia, and the 1 Titanial. I was figuring out how to pronounce that, don't know why. We have 3 Archfiend's Oath, and I'll explain that in a second. We have 2 Shared Rides, we've got 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Sylvan Peaks, we've got 1 World Tree, 2 Haunteds, 2 Plant Food Chains, 3 Sylvan's Blessings, and 1 Wall of Thorns. For the extra deck we have the Black Rose Dragon, of course, the Leo, of course, which is the new one. He's a level 10. We have 1 Barkion, 1 Queen of the Thorns, and a Scrap Dragon. The XYZs aren't too important, but what I would suggest is running Melia of the Trees at 2. If you ever get the chance to get her out, she is the perfect one to get out for a rank 3. Now it has to be 2 earth types. Don't mistake her for having to be 2 plant types. She should read 2 plant types to help, to help everything out, but she's, 2 earths. So that limits you in your options. You're not able to use it with Leaflow. Leaflow will not work with, Mitra, which is also the reason I'm not running Crane. You see, Crane would only have 2 targets in the entire deck. It would have the Dandelion and the Mitra for the Melia play. Of course, I could get 10 Tempo, I could get Alucard, I could get the Engineer with a Crane, but again, it's not a plant, so it's not a target for Peacekeeper or anything like that. It's not worth running Crane in this deck, I don't think. I don't believe it to be worth it. So the optimal play that you want to start out with is obviously the Lonefire in your hand. However, if you can manage it, you can get 2 Earths to the field. If you can manage to get 2 Earth types to the field, you want to do that ASAP. You want to get your Dandy and your Mitra at the same time, or your Rose Archer if you can manage it somehow. And get those 2 to the field, overlay up into Amelia of the Trees. She can then bring back that Lonefire that you just used, and then you can use Lonefire yet again that turn. And on top of that, if you bring yourself out a Talia, then he's not going to be able to destroy your Melia from card effects. Or you could bring out Cherub, and then he can't attack your Melia, which is, whatever way you want to play this, it's up to you. But that is the optimal opening hand. Now, why do I run Blue Rose Dragon? Half the time people are running that card that when it's destroyed by battle, you can special summon a plant type from your graveyard. It's a plant, I think it's Lord of Poison or something, and when he's destroyed by battle, you get to special summon from your grave a plant type. This one is so much better. One, he can't be milled out by, say, Sacred, or any of these other Sylvan cards, any of these Shinra cards. They can't mill them out. They can't mill out the Blue Rose Dragon because it just puts it right back into the deck because it's not a plant, it's a dragon. On top of that, when this card is when this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can then bring back a plant type or a Black Rose Dragon. That means that it's also, card effects. Card effects that destroy Blue Rose Dragon will also do it, so you don't have to depend on some sort of Lord Poison effect to be destroyed by battle. It's a far better card, and I think you should be at least running it at 1. It can really save games. Cherub's obvious, you should always be running a Cherub. Cherub should be one of the first things that you bring out. If you can't bring her out, you're in trouble. Dandy, mill him out. Mill him out so then you could at least tribute summon Regia. Get Regia to the field ASAP, but don't be running 3 of these. This is what I'm talking about with consistency issues. It's okay to run 3 Leaflow. It is not okay to run 3 Regia. If you get 3 Regia into your hand, you've lost the dough. If you get 2 Regia into your hand, you're going to be struggling. You're going to be really struggling. You're going to need a Sacred Peak to actually discard it. That's kind of the point. Stool. Stool sounds like a good card in theory. In theory, it sounds like a good card, but it's not. It's really not that great a card. There's not many times that you're going to be able to flip him up because the amount of card destruction that's in this game. Or you're going to flip him up and he's going to get Fiendish Chained, Veilord, whatever, name your card here. I just don't think he's worth running more than one of. So, that's my opinion, guys, and it's worked out for me so far. I have nailed anybody that's run Stool at 3. I've absolutely destroyed them just because the run is Stool at 3. So always run the Peacekeeper at 3 so you can bring back your Lone Fires. Flower Knight, when he's normal summoned, you'll reveal the Peacekeeper, bring back your Lone Fire, and then special summon whatever you want. Orc is kind of a little bit different. Orc is one of those cards where I like him because I can bring back my next draw from my graveyard. So my next draw will be guaranteed to be a plant unless I've got Sacred Peak. If I've got Sacred Peak on the field, then let's say a card effect. Let's say I've got him in the hand. Okay, let's say I've got him in the hand and I use Sylvan's Blessing. I return him to the top of the deck and I've got Sacred Peak on the field. I could then, in essence, mill him out at the opponent's end phase with the Peak, and then add one other plant type from my graveyard to the top of my deck. And then that card is my next draw absolutely every time, which can be Lone Fire. This is a Lone Fire abuse deck, it really is. And the way to run it is not to be running stools and things like that, because then you're just going to be milling out everything that you want in your hand to be normal summoned. So use Regia as much as possible. He's a you draw one if you mill out a plant type. It's a good card effect. And with Archfiend's Oath, if you can get if you can normal summon, or let's say you mill out Flower Knight, you add the Sylvan Sacred Peak to the top of your deck, you can Archfiend's Oath that and declare Sacred Peak, and then you'll be able to get that Sacred Peak into your hand at the cost of 500 life points. It's a good card to run. I believe it to be a very good card to run, especially in a deck where you're constantly understanding what your next draw is going to be. Now, you guys may ask, where is the MSTs in this deck? MST is something that you could add on. I'm just not putting it in here because I want to give you guys the basics. I want to give you guys what this deck's about, and also I don't believe MST to be as necessary as you may think, or lands. I don't believe them to be as necessary as you think. When you've got Titanio and Talia both on the field at the same time, it's very likely that you'll not need to worry about traps, spells or traps. It's likely that you can just, and if he's got Necro Valley on the field, you've got a searcher, you've got the Flower Knight to search out your Peak, so you can just replace that Necro Valley with a Peak or a Ravine or whatever it is. Wall of Thorns. Now people might say, why are you running Wall of Thorns instead of Mirror Force? To be honest, it's all about preference. It's all about preference. It's a plant deck. I would like to run Wall of Thorns. You can run Mirror Force if you want to, but maybe your opponent runs Prohibition and he's worried about a Mirror Force. Personally, nobody's going to expect Wall of Thorns over Mirror Force, so I like to be unexpected when it comes to this. Plant Food Chain. This will be the last thing I mention. Plant Food Chain. If he MSTs this trap while it's set, you can activate it, equip it to the card, the plant type on the field. It'll get destroyed by MST, and then you'll get your special summon of a plant type monster from your graveyard. That's why it's so good. That's why Call the Haunted is in here, but Plant Food Chain is also in here, because if he hits the Plant Food Chain, you get a special summon. If he hits the Call of the Haunted, you're going to be targeting that Dandelion. If he goes for that, then you're going for Dandelion every time. So that's basically the deck in depth, guys. Check out the guide. The guide is at 700 views. I'd love for it to reach at least 1,000. I really would. So guys, check it out. If you guys want to see the deck in action, you should see the deck in action. It's a good deck, it's fun, it's unexpected, and I think Konami's done a decent job with this deck. It's got room for improvement, and that's what I like to see out of a Konami deck. So comment, like, and subscribe, and this is Seth punching out.